Roll down the window, I need some air. Blasting the music, they stare. I'll get me diamonds, hey baby, I care. Too much about it, I dare. You to try me, homie, listen here, there. All that you do is just stare.
Good to see you, player. I actually wanted to talk to you about tonight's match. You see, as the new tag team champions, you have a huge target on your back, and I hope you're ready for the unexpected, because tonight you and Waller will face off against Kofi and Xavier, the New Day.
That's great news, Teddy, because me and Waller are ready to knock down every old rag who thinks they still got it. Truth is, Teddy, I don't care at all. And as the tag team champions, you have to do better and find better opponents other than the old days. Tonight, we will take care of business, and we will be back next week. And please, Teddy, next time, show me the respect that I deserve. I've been carrying SmackDown, you feel me, player?
Austin, I hear you loud and clear. Next week, you won't be disappointed.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of SmackDown in here tonight. We're gonna get the show started with some tag team action. That is right. We're gonna be seeing the New Day, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight. That is right. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. It's always good to see them, ever since Big E has not been in action due to that injury, and he came back for a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, and was able to capture the SmackDown Tag Team Champions for quite a bit. It's always sad to hear that injuries could always get the best of you. And, Big E was one of those cases. He had to officially kind of step away from the ring due to the neck injury that he sustained a few years ago. Here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods carry that honor here tonight in this championship match. And that is right, ladies and gentlemen, and the new current SmackDown WWE Tag Team Champions, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. It's crazy, man. Austin Theory was the Intercontinental Champion for a bit. Had a little rivalry going on with LA Knight, then Kevin Owens. And now he is the Tag Team Champions with Grayson Waller. And the crowd are booing them here tonight. They are not a fan favorite. They definitely don't like sorry-ass Austin Theory. And now we have to sit through this match, ladies and gentlemen. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 417 pounds, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, the New Day. And their opponents, combined weight of 420.
And I think we're all glad to have the New Day in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And I really do hope that they capture tag team gold here tonight. The new school, ladies and gentlemen, taking on, I'm not going to say the old school because they're not old school, but they are veterans already, ladies and gentlemen. And here tonight, perhaps one of the greatest tag teams to ever lace the boots and wrestle, ladies and gentlemen, the New Day against a team that is fairly fresh, barely starting, and that is A-Town Down Under. And Xavier Woods, ladies and gentlemen, with the drop kick, making him go to the outside. And Grayson Waller continues to show off. And the crowd just boos him. They hate this cocky, arrogant son of a bitch here tonight. Oh, now look at Austin Theory, another SOB here tonight. Just doing the damage onto freaking Xavier Woods. Now Grayson Waller just messing around in the ring, man. This is really something else. This is disrespectful if you ask me. Oh, and Xavier Woods, ladies and gentlemen, sense that is right. He deserves that. What a great way to kick off SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. A tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Champions here on SmackDown. And look at Grayson Waller has Xavier Woods and right on the freaking announcer's table. And now Xavier Woods make his way back into the ring. And Xavier Woods puts him in the corner, and that did not work for Xavier Woods. I don't know what he was thinking. But I think Grayson Waller is more in it than Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods at this point seems kind of out of it, especially after that beating that was given to by Austin Theory on the outside. And now Xavier Woods, and no, Grayson Waller just freaking dodges that one. And Grayson Waller puts Xavier Woods in the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. Oh, no. Grayson Waller put Xavier Woods at the top. And what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Grayson Waller from the top and a suplex. And the crowd is liking what they are seeing from Grayson Waller, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really easy for Grayson Waller to counter all of this for his fighter background that he has. You know, so it's really easy for him, plus he was a teacher, so he knows how to nitpick your brain and kind of get under your skin at the same time. So it's Grayson Waller, man. Oh, Grayson Waller just making it rain on both of these men right here tonight, and now he's making it rain by taunting right in front of Kofi Kingston, showing off, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why this tag team works very well, because they're both cocky, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen how arrogant Austin Theory has been, and now we're seeing it with Grayson Waller. Now that he has that kind of leadership with the championships on their side, he has that momentum, he has that spike in his career where he's feeling like he's at a different level. Xavier Woods, ladies and gentlemen, he's definitely trying to tag in Kofi Kingston. The A-Town Down Under has not been letting that slide. They're almost singling out Xavier Woods, ladies and gentlemen. Making a run back, and now there he goes, and no. Austin Theory stopped that right in his tracks with 2 big boots to the face of Xavier Woods. And now what is going on? And no, Xavier Woods stops that, and I'm telling you, this younger talent has that ability, has that recognition. And now look at this. Xavier Woods able to tag Kofi Kingston. Oh, and kicks Austin Theory, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, Xavier Woods is in the match. Oh, and letting it rain with punches on Austin Theory. And now Kofi Kingston, ladies and gentlemen. And now he goes and tags in Xavier Woods. Can Austin Theory tag in Grayson Waller? And he does. And a DDT straight right on sight, ladies and gentlemen. Xavier Woods did not hold back on that. He is looking to get a payback here tonight, especially after both men have... Oh, there we go again. After both men have been singling him out and just beating him relentlessly. Now Xavier Woods puts... Never mind, that did not work out either way. And now Xavier Woods, ladies and gentlemen, going for the tag on Kofi. And now Austin Theory gets tagged back in. Kofi Kingston, ladies and gentlemen, and no. Austin Theory avoiding that dropkick from the middle rope, ladies and gentlemen. And a patella. Austin Theory landing that with no regrets here tonight. And now placing him in the corner. What is Austin Theory thinking of doing here tonight? We know this man is dangerous, man. And whenever he has his eyes or his vision on something, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness. And the Spanish fly plancha from the top turnbuckle. Oh, now ATL. Right on freaking Kofi Kingston serving Grayson Waller food on a platter, and no. Xavier Woods, ladies and gentlemen. And Grayson Waller goes for a dive onto Xavier Woods. Man, this is feeling like the main event, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the first match of SmackDown.
There's the tag.
And now Grayson Waller gets tagged back in. And Kofi Kingston avoids that right there, ladies and gentlemen. And Grayson Waller goes for another dive. Now onto Kofi Kingston onto the outside. And now sends him back into the ring, ladies and gentlemen. What is he doing? He could pin him. He could literally pin him. What is he doing? Oh, and Grayson Waller looking to strike it. Wow, that was incredible. I wouldn't think of that, of Grayson Waller to miss that right there. Oh, now he goes for the cover, but he didn't miss that, ladies and gentlemen, but he did miss capturing the win here tonight. And now he took out Xavier Woods. And now Grayson Waller, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, unable to connect with that move. Maybe he should try another one. And Kofi Kingston making it land on Grayson Waller. Now he goes for the cover. Kofi Kingston unable to obtain those championships here tonight. Grayson Waller kicked out right on one. And now Grayson Waller put Kofi Kingston in the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, turns him the other way. And now puts him at the top third turnbuckle, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Yeah, he does. Straight down to the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Goes down Kofi Kingston. And the crowd chanting, "This is awesome." But what is he doing? And Grayson Waller dropping a double axe handle onto Grayson. Continues to do damage onto a downed Kofi Kingston. Now tags in Austin Theory, ladies and gentlemen. And now Kofi sent Austin Theory to the corner. And no, he was not able to do that. Ooh, and a slap to the face. Ooh, and a brutal punch. That landed straight to the jaw, and another one. Austin Theory throwing some stiff shots here tonight onto the jaw of Kofi. And I know Kofi is pissed. And A-Town Down Under has had a response and counter to every move of the New Day, ladies and gentlemen. And now Xavier Woods comes in back into the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully he is able to put this away. Austin Theory sends Xavier Woods to the corner, ladies and gentlemen. And now what is he looking to do? And the clothesline, ladies and gentlemen. And Austin Theory connects. And now Austin Theory, ladies and gentlemen, has Xavier Woods and ATL. Connects onto Xavier Woods and down goes Kofi Kingston, ladies and gentlemen. And now Austin Theory goes for the cover. And ladies and gentlemen, they retain. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Motor City Machine Guns are out here making their presence known, ladies and gentlemen. And A-Town Down Under telling them to bring it on, and MCMG wants tag team gold.
Tonight, my girl Candice will fight against one member of the Unholy Union. And you know what? We are furious that we lost the tag team champions. We were the best, and we continue to be the best. Isla Dawn and Alba, please continue to keep those champions warm. until the real A-listers come around again.
As we continue with more action here tonight on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. That is right, we're going to be seeing this match here tonight. The former Women's Tag Team Champions, ladies and gentlemen, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, making their way into the ring here tonight, and they are being booed. You know, losing the championship at Saturday night's main event definitely must have been hard on them, ladies and gentlemen.
Candice LeRae.
And here tonight, she's going to be facing off against Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, one half of the current Women's Tag Team Champions. We saw the Unholy Union this week on WWE Raw, ladies and gentlemen, and they fought against Alexa and Charlotte Flair. And they took the victory right on the spot.
The Unholy Union from Glasgow, Scotland. One half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Isla Dawn.
And once again, they step foot inside the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Isla Dawn and Candice LeRae. This is going to be an exciting matchup. That's all I got to say, because Candice LeRae can go. And Isla Dawn, oh man. This match is about to be a banger, ladies and gentlemen. Here tonight, Candice LeRae and Isla Dawn, one-on-one. Now both women grapple, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Candice LeRae overpowers Isla Dawn here tonight. Oh, now they both grapple again. Trying to over-wrestle each other. Now this time, Isla Dawn, oh my goodness, and a brutal knee to the face. And Candice LeRae moves just in time. And another knee, ladies and gentlemen. What brutal impact by Isla Dawn onto Candice LeRae. Oh, and Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, letting it rain with some kicks onto Candice LeRae. And now she's going to the top turnbuckle. And a body splash onto Candice LeRae. And Isla Dawn doing damage to the body of Candice LeRae, ladies and gentlemen. And now Candice LeRae rolls out, and I think that might be a good move, but no. Isla Dawn with the big kick to the back. And we got more action here tonight on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Howdy making his debut here tonight alongside the White Six and many more. Isla Dawn was not able to land that, ladies and gentlemen. Candice LeRae quickly trying to get the upper hand over Isla Dawn. And no, Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling y'all, man, she is great. She is a great wrestler. Her and Alba Fire, one-on-one, man, they could hold it down. They could run. They'll run circles around you in the ring. And now Candice LeRae continues to do more work onto Isla Dawn, but Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that Candice LeRae starts going, she stops her. Oh, and Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, I think she might be looking to put this match away here tonight. No, and Candice LeRae quickly with the elbow, not Hurricanrana. And now sends her to the ropes. Goes down. Takes her down, ladies and gentlemen, in a big stomp to the gut. And now we see Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, go for another splash, and she doesn't land it again. That was very unfortunate because now Candice LeRae could take the advantage on that, and she could pretty much win the match. I don't know what Candice LeRae was thinking on that, but she definitely missed whatever she was trying to kick. Because it definitely wasn't Isla Dawn, because Isla Dawn was halfway across the other side of the damn ring. And Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, arguing with Indy Hartwell. The animosity between these ladies and gentlemen, is crazy. Isla Dawn bounces back up from that move, ladies and gentlemen. Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, with the elbow drop, and she misses. And now Candice LeRae, ladies and gentlemen, with the neck breaker onto Isla Dawn. And now pushing that boot deep into her chest, ladies and gentlemen. I think it might have caught her in the jaw. Oh, and Candice LeRae, I think, might be going for a submission. Oh, then never mind, ladies and gentlemen. I think she's looking to finish Isla Dawn, and she does. Her head bouncing like a basketball here tonight. Isla Dawn slowly getting back up, but Candice LeRae stalking her like a prey and taking her down. Now she goes for the submission hold. Can she get Isla Dawn to tap out here tonight? And no, ladies and gentlemen, Alba Fire remains in this match. And now she goes for the cover of her own, ladies and gentlemen. Can she win the match? And no. Now she's going to the outside, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Making her land on her neck, ladies and gentlemen, and Candice LeRae is not moving. And a DDT by Candice, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and what is Candice LeRae doing, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, has her over the shoulders. And a power bomb of her own, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Candice LeRae, never mind. She realized the count was at 9, so she saved it. And Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, got hit the same way Candice LeRae got hit, and she's not moving. And Candice, ladies and gentlemen, goes for another submission hold. Isla Dawn slowly fading away here tonight by the hands of Candice. And no, Candice LeRae let her go maybe to do a little bit more damage. Oh, and now Isla Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, whatever she was going for did not work. And a DDT. And what is Candice LeRae thinking of doing here tonight? Oh, it does a little bit more damage to the legs of Isla Dawn. Oh, now she's going to the top turnbuckle, ladies and gentlemen. What is she gonna do in the senton? On to Isla Dawn, and now can she get the cover and pick up the victory? And she does. And Isla Dawn looks to be hurt, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and a chair has been brought in by Indy Hartwell, and now Candice scaring off the referee here tonight. And now the Fire coming in for the save of her tag team partner. What a huge save by Alba Fire here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we see Jey Uso making his way into the ring with the microphone in hand.
Hey, Big Jim, I am sick and tired of you always trying to do what you think is right.
All right, talking about Jimmy Uso.
Tonight, I'm a dog walk you throughout this arena, and you can yeet on that. And at
talking about he's going to lay that beating on his ass, on his big bro.
Yeet! You will regret coming back and targeting me. It's just me now, and I stand on that. Yeet! And as your new IC champion, just know that this my penitentiary, and I got it on lockdown.
Yeah, we got an upset Jey Uso here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's definitely mad at Jimmy.
Listen to me, Teddy. I am your women's WWE champion. And tonight I am demanding something that I have put many hours of thought process behind. I see the dedication in Io Sky, and if she beats the women who I have in mind, then she gets a shot at this champion at the biggest stage of them all, and that's WrestleMania.
I like what I am hearing, Jade, and let me tell you something, player. Tonight, you get exactly what you wished for. Tonight, Io Sky will go one-on-one, and I do hope you got someone for tonight.
Oh, Teddy, I have someone for tonight, and trust me, you don't want to miss this match. Me and my girl Bianca convinced her to come back and fight for what she deserves. I told you, I have a couple women in my mind, and tonight, you'll see just that.
As we continue with more action here tonight on SmackDown. Ladies and gentlemen, and as we approach WrestleMania very soon.
Representing Damage Control from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
Jade Cargill has issued a challenge to every woman who thinks that they have a shot at the women's champion. They're doing a qualifier match, and whoever wins at the end of this qualifiers match, whoever remains, even if it's one of these two ladies, if they make it all the way to the end, they're gonna get a shot at Jade Cargill's WWE Women's Champion at WrestleMania. So here tonight, Io Sky has a lot to think of, ladies and gentlemen, and who is gonna be her opponent. And ladies and gentlemen, and it's Naomi making her return back to the WWE.
And her opponent from Orlando, Florida, Naomi.
Now we know what Jade Cargill meant, that she had a surprise for SmackDown here tonight and for everybody watching from all around the world. Naomi making her return back home, ladies and gentlemen. And what's crazy is that we saw the return of Jimmy Uso on Saturday night's main event, and now we see the return of Naomi on SmackDown. Naomi with the new look and a good one, ladies and gentlemen, making it. And Naomi, ladies and gentlemen, looking to prove a point here tonight. And this match, ladies and gentlemen, Io Sky versus Naomi here tonight, and it's gonna be a banger. And Io Sky quickly, ladies and gentlemen, with the stomp onto Naomi. Brushing her feet because she is light work, ladies and gentlemen. We have not seen Naomi in quite some time, so we don't know if she has been training or she's rusted, but man, this is about to be a good one. Oh, and now both women lock up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Naomi squeezing Io Sky here tonight. Oh no, and Io Sky takes her down and now has her in the chokehold position. Io Sky continues to do damage onto the back of Naomi, ladies and gentlemen, and up to the turnbuckle she goes. And Io Sky looking to fly. Landing hard on Naomi, ladies and gentlemen. What is Io Sky thinking of doing here tonight? Oh, now she has Naomi up to the top turnbuckle, ladies and gentlemen, and with the arm drag, making her land to the other side, and up she goes one more time, and an elbow drop onto Naomi, and now she goes for the cover. We are seeing a hungry Io Sky, ladies and gentlemen. I think being under the tutelage of Damage Control and Bayley, ladies and gentlemen, she has been slept on for quite some time, and now she's trying to prove that she just isn't some lackey for Bayley and Damage Control. She's trying to prove that she's actually championship material. And now Naomi has Io by the hair and making her. Oh, and Io Sky, ladies and gentlemen, replace her and put her in the corner. And now Io Sky, whatever she was going for did not work, and she had to quickly think of something else on the spot. And Io Sky is feeling this here tonight. Oh, and Naomi. And Naomi miscalculated that landing, and Io Sky quickly took it to the crowd. Naomi versus Io Sky, ladies and gentlemen. What a great match here tonight. Oh, and Io Sky, ladies and gentlemen, to the top, and another freaking elbow drop onto Naomi. And oh my goodness, is she going for the second one? And she does. Oh, and I think she might be going for the third one. And no, she doesn't, ladies and gentlemen. She goes for the over the moonsault, and now she goes for the cover, and no. Naomi still in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Still in it on her return match here onto SmackDown. And now Io Sky, ladies and gentlemen, what is she thinking of doing? Oh, and Io Sky just staring down onto Naomi, ladies and gentlemen, just plotting on what she's gonna do. And no, Io Sky missed that one, and Naomi missed it too. And now we see Io, ladies and gentlemen, regaining control in this match. Oh, and Io Sky takes her down, and another stomp to the chest. And Io Sky quickly finds her way out of that problem, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, making her land right on her neck here tonight. Oh, and I think she might be going for another one, and she does. Oh, and Io Sky goes to the top, ladies and gentlemen. And no, oh, and she still lands it. The knee connected onto the face of Naomi, ladies and gentlemen. And now Io Sky, ladies and gentlemen, what is she gonna do? And another freaking stomp to the freaking chest and stomach area of Naomi. Once again puts her in the corner. And now this time, ladies and gentlemen, Io Sky putting her to the top turnbuckle, and a slap that almost dropped her down. Oh, what is she gonna do? And a Spanish fly onto Naomi, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and now goes again to the top. And what is she gonna do, ladies and gentlemen? Just stalking down. And over the moonsault connects onto Naomi, ladies and gentlemen. Can she win here tonight? And she does. Oh, and Jade Cargill, ladies and gentlemen, is out here staring down at the first winner of the qualifiers match.
To my brother, Big Jim, just know that you started this when you decided to betray your own brother for Roman. This started on Raw, and this beef is now on SmackDown. From now on, this will go on to WrestleMania. And tonight, I'm going to give your ass a taste of what's cooking. I will be walking in as the champion, and I will walk out as the champion. Yeet!
As we continue with more action, ladies and gentlemen, here on SmackDown. That is right, we're going to keep seeing this growing rivalry between Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, ladies and gentlemen.
From San Francisco, California, weighing in at 251 pounds, Jimmy Uso!
We seen Jimmy Uso make his return on Saturday night's main event and faced off against Jey Uso and took a huge L. But here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, both brothers get to face off one more time because Jey Uso made it known that he wanted to continue to beat up his big brother Jim, and here tonight he's gonna do just that. And Jimmy Uso, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure he's going to target the Intercontinental Champion now that Jey Uso is holding it.
And his opponent from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, main event, Jey Uso!
And Jey Uso is now in your city, ladies and gentlemen, and here tonight, making his way into the ring, and he has the whole arena lit up here tonight. They are all hyped. Jey Uso's rise to championship glory definitely has been a story to tell, but here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, both brothers telling the story of their own, of betrayal and not trusting the people that they're supposed to trust. And Jey Uso ready to kick some ass here tonight. And Jey Uso rolling away from that one, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty smart, if I should say. And Jey Uso ready to kick his ass here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Jimmy Uso with the ice swipe and a kick to the back. And now Jey Uso put Jimmy Uso in the corner, ladies and gentlemen, and no. And now we see Jimmy Uso go for the cover, ladies and gentlemen. Can he beat his brother? And no. Oh, and Jey Uso with a DDT of his own. And Jimmy got back up really quick. And Jey put that down. He said, not tonight. And Jey Uso continues, and no, he was stopped midway by Jimmy. Oh, and a Samoan drop by Big Bro Jim. Oh, and Jey Uso dodged that one, ladies and gentlemen, in a clothesline. And now, ladies and gentlemen, both men trying to rile up the crowd here tonight. Oh, and now Jimmy, ladies and gentlemen, going to the top rope. Top rope. Now Jey Uso's making his way back up, and ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Uso landing on Jey. And now he goes for the cover. And Jey Uso, ladies and gentlemen, back into the ring. And now his brother, Big Jim, has him. And Jimmy, ladies and gentlemen, feeling pumped up here tonight. Going for the top rope and the Uso splash down onto Jey. And now he goes for the cover, ladies and gentlemen. Can he get it here tonight? And no, Jey Uso still in this match and the crowd gets hyped. A big move by Jimmy Uso, and now he goes to the top, ladies and gentlemen. And Jey moved just on time before Jimmy landed on him again. And now Jey sends Jimmy to the corner, ladies and gentlemen. What would he do, or what is he gonna do? Oh, and nothing. Jimmy Uso and a big kick onto the jaw of Jey. He's just testing that jaw to see when Jey drops. Ooh, and Jey, oh my goodness, he was able to dodge the other one, but he did not dodge that kick. And another one, ladies and gentlemen. And Jey Uso moved just in time. Oh, and he moved again in a big kick of his own to the back of Jimmy. And Jey yeeting with the crowd here tonight. Main event, Jey Uso is in your city, ladies and gentlemen, and he's looking for an elbow drop, and he connects straight onto Jimmy. Oh, and he's looking to go connect with another one, and he does. And Jey, ladies and gentlemen, looking for a dive, and never mind. Stopped midway because Jimmy was making his way back inside, and a Samoan drop. And Jey chopping it up here tonight on the chest of his brother. Oh, and Jimmy, what is he looking to do? Has him over the shoulders. Over the shoulders. Oh, crash landing onto the top rope, and now he goes for the cover. Can he get the win? And no, Jey kicking out at 2. Oh, and Jimmy Uso, ladies and gentlemen, and no, he was not able to connect. Thank God. And now Jimmy, ladies and gentlemen, has put Jey in the corner and making the run, and no. He was not able to connect, ladies and gentlemen. And now Jey Uso puts Jimmy. Oh, and now Jey, ladies and gentlemen. And a hip attack here tonight onto the head of Jey. Of Jimmy, I mean. And Jimmy elbowing his way out of that one, ladies and gentlemen. And a suplex by Jey. And Jey just continuing to land the punches on Jimmy. Oh, now look at Jimmy. Going for a schoolboy roll-up. And now Jey reverses that one. And Jey Uso picks up the victory. And now Jimmy Uso, ladies and gentlemen, holding his ankle. I think he might be hurt. Jey Uso, check on your brother. Check on that ankle, man. And Jey, being the good brother that he is, helping Jimmy up, ladies and gentlemen. And no, it was all a tactic by Jimmy Uso, laying his brother out with the punch.
Tonight on SmackDown, you're stepping into the ring with a man the whole WWE Universe has been talking about. Uncle Howdy, making his in-ring debut with the Wyatt Six watching his back. Now, I know this ain't just any match, player. This is dangerous territory. But I need to know right now, are you ready to face whatever darkness comes with that ring tonight?
Ready? Teddy, I don't know if anyone can truly be ready for something like this. Uncle Howdy, the Wyatt Six, it's chaos, it's fear, it's the unknown. And if I'm being honest, part of me is wondering if I can even survive it. But doubt is something I've fought my whole life. Tonight, I walk through that fear. I face Uncle Howdy, and I prove that Cody Rhodes does not run. I accept.
Cody, and the other thing is that there are people showing up being beat up and bloodied. If this is the work of the Wyatt Six, then go ahead and do your fellow comrades a favor and get them back.
As we continue with the main event of the night, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing an Extreme Rules match, and we're going to be seeing the debut of Uncle Howdy here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have been seeing a wicked attacks backstage. We've seen these characters just standing in the back or right next to the people that are all laid down on the ground bloody. It's been a whole chaos here on SmackDown. This night has been chaos, and the main event is about to be chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, Bray Wyatt's creation, Uncle Howdy, is here. The Wyatt Six, ladies and gentlemen, making their debut here on SmackDown. Husky the Pig, Ramblin' Rabbit, Uncle Howdy, Mercy the Buzzard, man, this team looks dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. The Wyatt Six are here, and I have chills running down my spine. And the lantern that Bray Wyatt would walk into every arena, ladies and gentlemen, lighting up his way, just like the true genius that he was. Now, Uncle Howdy holds that lamp, leading their way into the ring. And now we see, ladies and gentlemen, not taking off the masks here tonight. And now, as we await the arrival of the American Nightmare, ladies and gentlemen, who was targeted by Uncle Howdy. Not this previous Saturday night's main event, but the one before, ladies and gentlemen. After the match of Hell in a Cell with Drew McIntyre, Uncle Howdy made his appearance known against Cody Rhodes at the end of the night. Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight, walking into the arena like he owns it. He is walking in like he's the face of WWE. And here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Rhodes, he has been seeing it all. He has been the whole show take place here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, I know Cody Rhodes, he's thinking hard about this here tonight. Uncle Howdy, the debut of Uncle Howdy, and he has a world championship match against Cody Rhodes. And not just that, but last week we saw Cody Rhodes take a big loss against Andrade and Idolo, who made his return back to the WWE.
Introducing the challenger from parts unknown, weighing in at 234 pounds, Uncle Howdy. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Rhodes standing in front of somebody that he has never ever stepped in the ring with until tonight. And now let's get this main event started, ladies and gentlemen. And Cody Rhodes throws a first punch, but Uncle Howdy just ate it up, and now he rolls up Cody Rhodes. Oh, and back and forth action here tonight from both of these men, and the crowd is loving what they are seeing. And ladies and gentlemen, we see Mercy the Buzzard, we see Husky the Pig, and we see Ramblin' Rabbit, ladies and gentlemen, just watching Uncle Howdy. And Uncle Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, makes his way to the outside, and now he's looking under the ring. And what does he grab? A candlestick and lays it on the back of Cody. And Uncle Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, not letting anything slide here tonight. Oh, and Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, just eyeing Uncle Howdy and just looking at him, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Uncle Howdy quickly with a slam onto Cody Rhodes. And now Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, looking for a weapon under the ring. And he has a table. And Cody Rhodes quickly with the takedown, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes watching his every move, ladies and gentlemen. This is somebody that he doesn't know. You have to understand. He's heard of Bray Wyatt. He's heard of all these creatures, but oh my goodness, Uncle Howdy. Making that landing like nothing. And now we see Uncle Howdy picking up the body of Cody Rhodes. Both of these men already, the time into this match, they've been brutally assaulting each other. And Uncle Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, sending Cody crashing to the table. And now Uncle Howdy has that table, ladies and gentlemen, sending it into the ring. And now Uncle Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, just showing off to the crowd here tonight as Cody Rhodes slowly makes his way back up. And Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, already back in action here tonight, and the suplex onto the outside. Cody Rhodes has that ladder. Ooh, and he strikes Uncle Howdy with it. And now Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, kicking Uncle Howdy. Has him over the shoulders, ladies and gentlemen. The back onto the post and down onto the mat. Oh my God. That was a double kill for Uncle Howdy. Getting hit twice and he's still up. I know he's possessed by something the way every time Cody Rhodes hits him, he gets back up like a possessed man and sends him crashing into the fucking barricade. Now Cody placing that table and a chair shot onto Uncle Howdy's face. And a DDT reversal by Cody Rhodes, but Uncle Howdy gets up like nothing. You gotta give it to Uncle Howdy, man. Both of these men putting up a banger here tonight in the main event. Oh, now Uncle Howdy taking away the things from the announcer's table, and Cody Rhodes was not able to connect with that landing, ladies and gentlemen. And now I was about to say he's gonna pay dearly, but he was able to elbow his way out of the control of Uncle Howdy. And a suplex right here in front of the announcer's table. Cody Rhodes tapping into that theme that he had to tap in on Saturday night's main event and the powerbomb. And Cody Rhodes just staring down at Uncle Howdy. And Cody Rhodes continues to do as much damage as he can. Ooh, and Cody Rhodes sends Uncle Howdy crashing down. And now he's picking him back up. And now Cody has Howdy over the shoulders and the powerbomb onto the frickin' steel ladder, ladies and gentlemen. And Cody Rhodes going to the top, and what is he gonna do? And a moonsault all the way to the outside, landing on Uncle Howdy and the crowd loves what they are seeing, ladies and gentlemen. And Uncle Howdy sends Cody Rhodes to the other side. Uncle Howdy does look a little hurt. I mean, they both look like the pain is getting to them, but they just keep on fighting through it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Cody Rhodes reverses in a punch to the back. Now has Uncle Howdy over his shoulders, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my goodness, slamming him on the exposed announcer's table, ladies and gentlemen. And that sounded like it hurt the way his body just crashed on top, and the way it sounded was not pleasant. And now Cody places Uncle Howdy, and now he places him on the table. Ooh, and the quick damage before he goes. And Cody from the top, and a springboard to the outside. Using the rope as a spring to gain more height, ladies and gentlemen, and crashing through the table. And Cody Rhodes is feeling himself here tonight. He's not the World Heavyweight Champion for a reason. And a Cody cutter onto Uncle Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. And I think Cody Rhodes is looking to put this all away. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he connects with the crossroads, but no, he gets back up for the second one. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the trifecta. Can he retain here tonight? And he does. Cody Rhodes picking up the victory, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at those replays. What a hard-fought match here tonight. And that's all he wrote, ladies and gentlemen, because Uncle Howdy did not get back up from that one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching. Cody Rhodes, and oh my goodness, it's LA Knight making his return back to SmackDown.